Are you good in the rain?
I'm okay.
It's getting worse. I'm good.
You call this rain?
Before we start the music, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Deven Golden. I live in Jackson Heights, Queens. I listen to everything.
Everything.
All right, what's
If you
it?
can name the artist, you win $5. You can just tell me any stories you have.
Well, that's The Who. That's the...
That's the Who. Tell me about the Who.
In college, I drove a cab in Chicago, where I grew up. I was parked in front of the Continental Hotel, and then I see Roger Daltrey get in my cab. He was promoting his single, Ride a Rock Horse, which I cannot find anywhere. I think it was a big flop. And then there were these groupie girls in a red Mustang trying to follow me, but I lost them because they asked me to. Tommy had just come out, the movie.
Yeah.
And he goes, "So did you see Tommy?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "What'd you think of my acting?" I said, I didn't think you were very good.
Stick to your day job.
On the other side, none of the actors could sing but you.
Did he give you a good tip?
Yeah, they were great.
Good.
He was great. And then when I got back in the cab line, those girls found me and they kept trying to get me to tell them where he went, and I wouldn't.
Girl, you really got me going.
Well, that's the Kinks.
What's up with the Kinks?
I don't really have a good story about the Kinks. I was a huge fan of theirs. I never went to one of their concerts. They're just a really interesting group. I listen to them obsessively.
Do you have a favorite Kinks song?
I mean, my favorite album is Muswell Hillbillies, but that song is beautiful.
How about this?
Well, we know.
It's starting to come down.
Oh, it's Talking Heads. In art school, one of my closest friends was a guy named Mike Z. Mike Z went to RISD first. Talking Heads started at RISD.
Yep.
They were called the Artistics, and he was with them. He left the group because he wanted to pursue his painting, but he wrote the song for artists only. And when I was in Chicago at the Park West, he got up on stage and sang artists only with them. So that was pretty cool.
I like the Talking Heads a lot.
They're a really great group.
Tina and Chris are married.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to have a band with 3 people and one is a couple and then another guy.
And really, I don't think most people know beyond David Byrne.
Yeah.
Try me.
James Brown.
Kind of like in this rain. James Brown.
I saw James Brown 5 times.
Greatest show on earth?
The last time I saw him, because I wouldn't go see him again after that, he came out, did a song, left the stage, which is, dramatic. And the band played There's No Business Like Show Business. The whole thing. He came out again, played another song. They put the, cape on him, all sorts of stuff like that, right? Plays the song, goes behind stage. They play There's No Business Like Show Business again. They did that the whole concert. Every song, and it wasn't a James Brown version, it was just There's No Business Like.
Frustrating.
No, it was all right. I was happy to see him, but I'm like, okay, he's done. But it was, we were kind of shocked. Let's just say that. Oh, this is Stephen Stills. It actually was on Buffalo Springfield. That was about a closing of a music venue in Hollywood. Everyone thought it was about 60s, and about revolution and about, I certainly did. And then it turned out, no, they had closed like Whiskey A Go-Go or something. And then they closed it and there was a riot on the streets of Hollywood. It was in Hollywood. And that's what that song is about.
Here.
It sounds like it's talking about the war in Vietnam and all. It's just this, they closed a rock club.
What would you do if I sang?
That's Joe Cocker. I don't have anything to say about Joe Cocker other he's great.
He's
and
great.
I saw the movie Woodstock probably 14 times when it came out.
Well, that's one of the highlights of Woodstock is his
Yeah, I
his
was
performance.
14 or 15.
Martin Scorsese worked on the Woodstock documentary.
Did he?
He was like a camera operator. One of the first things he ever did.
Oh, that's funny. I know it's Wild Thing, but I'm trying to remember
Starts
who
with
did
a
it.
T.
It's not coming to me. I know who it is.
Troggs.
Huh?
The Troggs.
Oh, the Troggs, that's right.
You know anything about the Troggs?
No. Other than that song.
Big song.
I'm not sure if anyone knows anything about the Troggs other than that song. I'd say that.
Do you prefer 60s or 70s rock, and do you think there's a difference?
I don't care.
You don't care.
When I'm in the studio working, I tend to listen more to the 60s and early 70s, but that's because it's familiar. A lot of artists do that. They listen to things that they know so well it's not going to distract them from what they're doing.
What do you do in the studio? What do you make?
Drawings.
And so you just listen to anything.
Velvet Underground, Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers.
Oh, yeah.
The Stones, the Kinks. Depends what mood I'm in.
Speakers or in the ears?
It depends. I also listen to a lot of jazz. I listen to classical music. My album collection is like a third
Vinyl.
Jazz vinyl. I have about 800 to 1,000 albums.
What's the difference between listening to an album versus just on your phone?
I mean, it's either albums or streaming now.
Yeah, so what's the difference between streaming something and listening to an album? The experience of it.
First of all, with my stereo, I have 4-foot-high speakers. So there's that. No, they're not blasting. You know, they're B&Ws. They're clear. Most people don't know this, and most people absolutely don't care. And on a certain level, I don't care. Digital music that you listen to on your phone, the file represents 25% of the sound, and the file size is 1/10. So you hear the music, but you're not actually hearing.
Compressed.
It's
not the
it's
full
not just
thing.
compressed. It's missing like 75% of the sound.
Jay-Z started a streaming service called Tidal, and their whole thing is high fidelity streaming. It's like a different.
So
but
it's
more
not
expensive.
compressed?
It's not compressed in the same way. What I love about it is you listen to the whole thing, or at least the side, instead of just flipping from one song to the next song to the next
listen,
song.
there's two things with that. First of all, albums have ambient sound.
Yeah.
So they tend to record the room plus the musician. Digital, because they're tuning it, they're cutting out the sound of the room. You don't hear the ambient sounds. But the other thing is that bands used to make albums that had a beginning, middle, and an end. I mean, The Who, all of their albums, all the Beatles albums, all of those things. And I remember when they first came out with CDs, and they were trying to get people to buy CDs who already had the albums, they added songs. I'm like, why are you adding songs? You ruined the album.
Yeah.
I love streaming. I have like 8,000 songs on my phone. Like I download albums when I download a song.
Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks.
So, yeah. If I like a musician, I download the album.
Yeah.
And I listen to the album, but they don't structure them quite the same way that they used to because they know that people are just down. Like the Troggs, they'd be fine, right? They had one song, it would be good for them. But for someone like the Beatles or the Who or the Kinks or any of those, David Bowie, their albums are concept albums from start to finish. And it's just something is lost. I probably listen because of reality to my streaming more than my albums. I listen on the train,
Easy.
you know. I listen all the time. But
Favorite show you've ever been to?
Patti Smith. I was in New York for the very first time because my friend had come early and he calls me up. He goes, "You got to come to New York. It's fantastic. I already have tickets to Patti Smith. You got to come." So I left my job, flew to New York. Annie Golden and the T-shirts opened. Richard Hell and the Voidoids came on second. Pretty much everyone got up and went to the bathroom then. I'm just telling you what happened. The seats were gaffer taped together. This was CBGBs 2. And then Patti Smith came on, bounding onto stage. It was unbelievable. She was so great. It was her birthday. Bruce Springsteen came out, played Because the Night with her. And then the fire department came out because they were condemning the building. So the audience was going to riot, which would have been my second concert riot. Patti Smith said, "Can we play one more song?" And they said, "Okay, one more song." And she launched into Radio Ethiopia for 45 minutes. She would have kept going, but they came back on stage. They go, come on, you got to stop it. But they were just going to keep playing Radio Ethiopia all night.
And that's when you moved here?
No, I was still trying to live in Chicago, and then I gave up. I moved to New York because I didn't want to be someplace where you're trying to make things happen. I wanted to be someplace where things were already happening and haven't regretted it once.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Amazing.